Whenever Tony comes out, there's usually a half a dozen new cars set in here. There's a half a dozen gone and a half a dozen new ones. One of the cars that I really don't know a lot about is our 1964 Plymouth Sport Fury. Super cool, super unique car, but he knows so much more about those. I'm excited to have him walk around it with me and point out some of the things that might be ultra rare on it, as well as some of the things that might make it right or wrong when it comes to a finished restoration. This is a new one came in.
Mark has a 64 Plymouth Sport Fury here, which is totally out of the wheelhouse what he normally has. It's a good, nice color combination, red, black interior, and it's a 383 4-speed, which is, you know, sort of rare and very comfortable engine to have and all. It's very stock and very complete, and really pretty good condition. The body really didn't have any rot to speak of on it. I know a lot of people always complain they always see the same stuff on the show. So this will be something totally different that it would appeal to different viewers too. That's out of your wheelhouse though.
It's way out of my wheelhouse. I took the car on because it's really complete and I don't have to go fishing. I just have to restore it. I have to take it apart and put it back together.
They don't make much of anything.
Right. They make the wear stuff. They make seat kits and tops and stuff. But all that really hard to find stuff is there and it looks restorable. But I don't know anything about this car.
It's a cool car. It's very solid.
So I am curious about one thing. God, that's so cool, the tack on the console. That's just neat, right?
It's sort of cool though, but it's hard. If you're driving the car and you're racing it, you got to look down at the tack there instead of looking forward. That's why they moved them up into the dash years later. And you know this tack, it's not just a standalone tack. It uses a sending unit.
Oh, that does. So did that sending unit create the
pulse?
The pulse that it would take to turn it? So how collectible and desirable do you think these things are?
It's got a lot going for it. It's a 383 4-speed, red. I mean, it faded to orange. I believe it looks to be pretty original paint. I mean, I didn't go real hard on it, but.
Yeah. When you're talking about some of the trim and ornamentation on Christine, there probably are 4 different treatments. You have the chrome, which you see in the way of the bumpers. They're a steel that have been chromed. When it comes to a lot of the moldings on, especially the grille work, especially that, it's an aluminum from the factory, but then it's anodized.
My name's Will Burke. I work at Anodized Solutions. I've been here for 4 years coming this month. I think when I started, we were at 5 employees, and it just grew really fast from there. 72 employees is where we're at right now. So yeah, we've definitely grown since we started, which is a good thing. We anodize an assortment of aluminum products. We have various type 2 and type 3 processes we do. You grow an oxide layer, it goes into the material as well as it grows on the surface, and it creates a porous structure on the aluminum itself, but it's created by the aluminum. It just essentially turns it back into oxide. Then from there, now you have your anodized layer, you take it to either a die or you seal it as is. So whatever the customer's preference is or whatever the part process is. Ano itself actually absorbs dye into the pour. And then from there you seal it in. So you essentially get the dye trapped in the pour and then now you close the pour over top of it. Anodizing is transparent, so whatever you have in there you can see into. So if you have a shinier surface underneath the ano, you can actually see, that's why it's bright coming out of ano as well.
Thing is this is 50-year-old aluminum that's been exposed to the elements. So it has to come completely apart like it did when it first started life. Then every single piece and component has to be polished, has to be stripped of its existing anodizing, then it has to be polished to a mirror finish and then sent up north to be re-anodized. If you don't do it that way, you're not doing it correct, you're not doing it OEM.